Okay, welcome in. Hold on. Okay, welcome in. Today is Fantastic Tuesday, and I did Motivational Monday yesterday. Today is going to be a little different only because the spirit. I always come on here and I give you spiritual messages, and then I give you analogies that you can apply it in the physical form. So I give you messages that are intuitive, spiritual base. But before I get off the live, I give you analogies that will apply to you in the psychological aspects. The reason why I do that is because I am an undergrad in psychology. So my life is make it make sense. I am moved spiritually. I've surrendered spiritually. I am a sounding board spiritually to help others understand what's going on inside of them. I will not resonate with everyone. I am not supposed to. I have tried because I thought that was my path and I was wrong. That was negative. I am not on a healing journey to heal others. I was in the beginning, but see, your journey can change depending on your ascension level. And when I say ascension level, I mean your healing level. Everyone heals at a different capacity. Everyone heals at a different timeline. I did not understand that. I learned that. And I learned that with my children, not with strangers, but with my children. And I had to learn that my children are on their own path. I am here as a sounding board to give them educational guidance. When I say educational guidance is because I have all boys. So a lot of them don't even tap into their intuition. They have to be taught to. So for me to communicate with my boys is intellectual. That's why I decided to go back to school. Like I've always been in the medical field and I worked in the hospital for years, but the mind always fascinated me. So the path that I'm on, I had to go back to school. It's been 15 years. So now I'm an undergrad in psychology, which I am studying the mind. So now my intellect is drawing me on a different path. With that being said, I have all boys. So they're not really emotional. Their moon sign is emotional, but I got to come to them logically. I have 2 Aquarius, I have a Gemini, and I have a Virgo. Do you see that? Like, do you see that? We already know what Aquarius is about, and they're males. And then I have a Gemini male, and then I have another earth sign male, like male. And my Aquarius rising signs, my boys, they're an earth sign. My Virgo, his rising is an earth. So when I speak to my kids, God knew what he was doing when he gave me boys. He knew it. Because I do have water placements, that's not my main placement. Like my main placement when it comes to family and communications are earth signs and air sign. That's my placement. So I know how to communicate effectively. But I do have heavy water as far as my moon and my Venus, how I love, how I heal is emotional. But going into the world and speaking to other people and trying to teach, it's earth and air. Communication is a big thing with me. So if I meet females, which 9 times out of 10, the females that I will meet or come across a path, they're going to have ego-driven mentality. They say you are what you attract. Sometimes you attract parts of you that you've healed from, because there's a lesson here that needs to be learned. What happens with a lot of individuals is they feel comfortable around certain people and they want to attach to them. We are born in this world as a singular atom. We want to attach to individuals because we are lacking something within us or something that we didn't get as growing up. Now, I used to try to explain this to individuals that I come across, but I don't do that anymore. Why? Because there are a lot of people that's on their own separate timeline, and there's healing that needs to be done. And I'm not the type to force feed. I don't force feed knowledge. I don't force feed guidance. I don't force feed healing. And healing is emotional. So I don't force feed that, the emotions. So I say that to say, every time I come on this app, I do energy uplifting motivational, right? And my motivation is guided by spiritual, but I try to format it in a logical sense because I'm very analytical. I'm a sapiosexual. My communication skills is crazy. So a lot of times I may be put in environments that they may lack communication, not with their guidance. The guidance could be there, but to speak it effectively. And I could be drawn in those spaces. And I'm not here to correct these individuals. I'm here for me to come to a space authentically me, which means if I enter a space and I'm communicating something of my thought process in my language, don't expect me to change my lingo to accommodate your education level or to accommodate your vibe, because that's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to change myself or lower my frequency for understanding for you. I am put in that situation to respect the space, but still show up authentically me and translate communication effectively for understanding for those who want to raise their vibration. Because I will never lower my vibration for understanding. And that is why I am put on this path. Because I do not follow the rules of society's norm when it's communication, when it's action verb, move into spaces to speak eloquently on how I was taught. I took my butt to school. I learned how to do, how would you call it? Crowd speaking. I learned that for 2 years. So you think all of my lessons and me learning to build myself up, I'm going to enter a space to lower the frequency so everybody in that space can understand me? No. If I'm invited into a space, and this is anybody, if you invite anyone into your space, be open that they will deliver messages and they will communicate and they will act differently from you. You invited them into that space. That's why you have to be mindful on the energy you entertain. That moves me to a different discussion because now I'm pivoting. I was speaking about something which led me to one thing. Now I'm pivoting. So now the subject is now changing, but it still aligns to what I'm talking about. And this is for ladies, because I don't talk to guys. Not my thing. A lot of guys dealing with some ego identity. They're not moving from a space of cognitive thinking, and it just becomes a battle. And I live a peaceful life. I don't go back and forth with grown men. I don't go back and forth with nobody. I don't go back and forth with the ego energy because it can show up in men and women. I don't do the back and forth. I just don't. And it's not that I don't care. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't care. Can't lie. I'm sitting in front of my altar, so I can't lie. Ashe. My apologies. Yeah, I don't care. And the reason why I don't care is because me caring for things that is operating at like they want to fight, it ain't healthy. And I've done too much healing on me. So I'm not going to entertain that type of conversation or that energy. So I want to talk to my ladies. I'm going to tap into the energy of my ancestors. I'm tapping into the energy of Goddess Isis. So I ask my ancestors to bring in all feminine goddess energy for what I'm about to pivot and talk about, because this message is for ladies. Okay. And if there's masculines that's watching me because they want to learn something, by all means, you're welcome in. But there are certain things I do gatekeep because we are on social media. And for anybody to say this is a safe space, they fooling themselves. I don't know why guys are saying it. I don't know why females are saying it. It's not. Social media is not a safe space. Sorry. Stop saying it. This is a safe space. We don't do any judgment here. Everyone has judgmental views, whether you voice them or not. Everyone has judgmental views, even as children. I mean, it is what it is. So a lot of times people just be talking, they hear themselves talk. Now, the energy I'm tapping into for the goddess. Confirmation, here we go. I got a confirmation in my phone because here we go. If you're on social media and you are inquiring interest in masculines that's on social media because you like what they say, you like the words that they use, they're very expressive. Please remember, it's social media. A lot of individuals who have a platform or social media account, whatever platform it is, they're showing up for a reason, for a purpose. They may not express that to you, and on some platforms, they may express it to you, right? And ladies, you may get caught up in the vibe. Because a lot of these gentlemen are not succeeding in real life when it comes to feminine. They may get attention to females, but all attention is not good attention. Okay? Understand what I'm saying. And I'm speaking to my ladies, okay? My goddess, those who have done the work. When there's a gentleman on here that shows you interest, they might big you up. You throwing them gifts. They holding like conversations with you in the chat. You know what I'm saying? They making you feel special on the platform with other people watching. It's almost like an ego booster for you. They're looking at you. They're showing you interest on the platform. Leave it on the platform. These are for my ladies. If these individuals are not showing interest off the platform, just hold space at the time. What they doing? Enjoy that feeling. Do not get caught up in the feeling. Do not start romanticizing because you got them rosy glasses on. Stop romanticizing what this individual is doing on the platform. Because if they're not showing any type of actual masculine energy, because masculine energy is an action verb, meaning they're doing something, they're moving. Are they DMing? Are they sending you messages in your DM? Are they wanting a whole conversation off social media? Are they making plans to say, you know what? You do catch my interest. I want to see. Are they doing any of that outside of their audience? These are the questions you need to ask yourself. The whole hit the floor. These are the questions you need to ask yourself. These are the questions you need to ask yourself. With these individuals that's showing you interest on social media, You throw in them gifts, they throw up your name. They even go as far as making you a mod. They're holding conversations with you that's strictly social media. You don't have their number. They're not showing any interest to find out actually who you are. And I don't mean that you're pouring out into them. Yeah, they showed you interest and you're conversating on social media and you kicking and ha and throwing gifts and all of that, whatever platform you on, right? But they did not initiate a conversation to move forward outside of social media. If you notice that you was the one that sent them a message, then you have already failed the test because you initiated the steps that's going to carry your relationship, friendship, social engagement to the next step. That was masculine energy. Ladies, that was masculine energy. I don't care what any other female tell you. I'm telling you, that was masculine energy. Because a masculine, a man, if he's interested, he will show you interest outside of his audience. Now, that is to make it make sense. But again, I told you, I'm an undergrad. I'm a psychology major. So I've completed 1 year. But I was like, this is interesting. I bet you this is a terminology for men or women because it can go either way. It's the energy. Men could get caught up with a female who's doing the same thing. But the difference is, as a masculine, if you're pulled into that energy, then you will be making the moves to engage with her outside of the audience, okay? Not her. She's not doing that. If she is a feminine energy, she knows her focus is about her. And she letting him do what he needs to do. He needs to come forth. So, I looked up. I had to find, because I was like, it was sitting up. Listen, I woke up at 3:30 in the morning. It was sitting up on my energy. I was like, And it's because sometimes we as individuals, because we're human, we'll get caught up and we'll keep going to these people's lives. And we enjoyed it, you know, their interaction, the little, what do I call, I forgot, that little giddy feeling, like, you know, because they're showing you attention and, you know, y'all laughing. But outside of that, there's no communication. There is no interaction. So you have to remember, don't get caught up in the fantasy world. This is the fantasy world. So I said, what is the clinical? There's a clinical meaning to this. It gotta be. And I found it. So the clinical summary of what I just talked to you guys about is this pattern reflects high self-differentiation, attracting low initiative partners who experience approach avoidance conflict and the ego threat in the presence of autonomous partners. That's the psychological version, which means their confidence is really low. And they only have confidence to show when they have an audience. You're the audience. The views, the gifts, how many people watching, you're the audience. So ladies, this person has a false identity of masculinity because off of the platform, if they're not showing you an interest off, like exchange of numbers, they're calling you, they texting you, they're trying to initiate attention, then they're not really interested in you. And you have to remain, if you're not strong enough to see that mentally, then stop going to their lives. Stop being a part of their circus. That's what I call it. Stop being a part of their circus. But if you want to be entertained some days, because, you know, you just, you know, ladies, sometimes we do get bored. Some guys get bored too. And you go on social media and then you look, hey, beautiful. What's up, sexy? You know, because you're playing. But leave it there. Leave it there. Because in the end, if the masculine is really interested in you, they will move accordingly. off of social media platform. They don't need the battery in their back. That's what I call it. That's my Brooklyn language at this point. They need a battery in their back to make moves. You don't want a masculine like that. Like you don't have time. You are a whole grown adult. You understand? I'ma play with you when I play with you on social media. I'ma play in your circus. I buy a ticket. I'm gonna go ahead and buy a ticket for today. What's today? Today Tuesday. I'm gonna go buy a ticket. Like the way my energy is today, I don't want to go to the circus. I don't want to play with nobody games. So I know I'm not gonna be on social media like that. If I be on social media, it's listening to the DJs. But going in somebody's lives or listening to somebody, I'm not gonna do that today. I'm not in that energy today. I don't want to play today. So I want you females to understand the action you put out is the action you will get back. And if you feel that that's not your energy and why I'm pivoting again. I'm pivoting, and that's going to my second message. You get on the app, you get a lot of people say, oh, you attract what you attract. The energy you in, you attract that energy towards you. Yeah. That is true, a confirmation. The energy you're in. You will always have low vibrational energy marinating in you until you heal what needs to be healed. You may still, and you're like, nah, I heal from that. There is still residue going on. So you're attracting still that energy. Because I'm a person that self-reflects. I can clock anybody I come in contact with. Anybody. I'm not even gonna hold you, and I'm not speaking on some high level type of egotistical way for whoever's watching me. I'm speaking the truth. I can clock anybody when I interact with them directly. I'm not talking about anybody in a crowd. I'm not doing that. I'm not ciphering that much of myself outward. I'm not doing that. So if you're in my aura space, I'm integrating with you one-on-one. Because even in a crowd, I'm not going to be talking to everybody in a crowd. My spirit is going to want me to talk to someone directly, interact, eye contact. So if I integrate with you, eye contact one-on-one, no matter if there's a crowd around, I'm picking up on your vibe, your energy. And I can detect bullshit when I see it. Or I can detect pain that needs healing. I can see it. I can feel it. It bothers me. Before, I used to want to heal them with certain words. I don't do that. Then I went through a stage where I was like, oh, they got trauma. I'm out. I used to run. I want to do that. But I noticed I kept coming across the same energy over and over. It's because spirit was building my immune system. You know how they say take vitamins? So, yeah, you might get sick, but your healing process is going to be quicker than when you first got sick. You feel me? You got to make it make sense. So, I say that to say because I'm pivoting. Why you keep meeting the same type of energy in a different body? It's because you still have residue of low vibrational energy in you. There is some healing that's going on that you need to heal. So if you're the type that say, I keep meeting men that's doing this or doing this and they're not, it's because there is something in you that's being brought back up. The residue is still sitting there that needs healing. Take a step back. Do some self-reflection. Be self-aware. And ask yourself, what's going on here? What's going on? What's going on? And a lot of times you are put in situations to see, are you going to follow the same scheme of things? The same pattern of things? Do you still need another lesson? Okay? That pivots me to this. In certain social environments, I find myself speaking on things that I either went through and persevere, or things that I clocked in myself and I wanted to be better. One of the things I just spoke about is education. So I'm back in school full-time online. But I chose to go back in school online because the brain is very entertaining to me. watching people, personalities, very entertaining to me. I go down a rabbit hole. So if I go into a space and I speak about, because growing up, a lot of people came to me for answers, like I was a fucking problem solver. And at the time, I felt that that was good. And I used to overgive. But what that was, I needed a lot of healing. I wanted to be there for everybody, even though people wasn't there for me. But that was my abandonment issue. So now that I'm on this healing journey, I've healed me and it's only about me. Like, I don't care to really be healing other people. I don't think it's a compliment for people to come to me problem solve unless I'm getting paid for it. Unless I'm getting paid for it, and I'm just going to keep it real, because it's a trade-off. Someone who's going through pain and hurt and wants me to help solve them problems, what are they pouring into me? That's my mindset where I am. So if I go into a space and I can detect someone, they say, oh, I'm a healer. Everybody comes to me to problem solve this and this. And I was like, that's excellent. I was the same way. And I decided to go back to college so I can get a degree in it. And their response is, oh, I don't need a degree. I can do what I'm doing without the degree. That's projection. Because I didn't say that. It had nothing to do with the other person. I was talking about me. I want to get paid for what I'm doing. And even though I may do it as self-employment with mental health, let's keep it gangster. Let's keep it real right now. When you find people that will come to you for advice and you don't have a degree because they're looking upon you for your experience in mental health, then they're going to want to pay you some low budget type of income. Where I am in my life, no. I don't. If I used to drink, I'm drinking top of the line alcohol. I'm not drinking Coke 45. Therefore, I don't want Coke 45 money, prices. And in order, the land we live in the USA, you have to have a degree, some type of paper from a well-credited university to get the money you want. Now, am I saying that somebody with a degree is going to be able to solve your problem? No, the degree is establishing their prices. Okay? That's just like when you go to the doctor, right? You go to surgeons, Miami doctors, and you want your body done. You get those who pay top of the line by credible physicians, or you get those who want to go to Thailand and say, oh, I can get the same thing you got and pay less. Yes, you can. And God forbid something happened and you're not medically insured or covered because you went overseas. I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, pay for what you want. But I'm saying that to say, when you go into spaces and you say things like, I'm back in college, or, I'm self-employed, I don't work no 9 to 5. You get some people that be trying to put people down because they work a 9 to 5. Listen, what's good for the goose ain't always good for the hen. That's not your place. If a person is just telling you what they're doing, stop projecting. Just take the information. Chew the meat, spit out the bone. If it don't apply, keep it moving. Like that's all I'm saying. And I've noticed that I've been put in social quorums where there have been males and females that make comments like that. Like the competence perceived is, okay, never mind. Yes, spirit. Okay. In other words, what's going on is you will be in places where the ego is being triggered by others. Okay? Because everybody got an ego. Even spiritualists, they have an ego. Sometimes they get bigger than their bridges. The ego is always there. You have to learn how to tame the ego. So you may be put in certain situations, certain environments, where you choose your battle. Like, you choose how you deal with that situation. And I've been in many situations where we can all learn from each other, but our ego will get bruised that will prevent us from learning more into growing. I know I went on a whole thing, but it needed to be said. Like, literally, it needed to be said. Now, I gave you information for the ladies. I gave you some information on psychology, make it make sense, the physical aspects, okay? I'm tapping into the energy of my ancestors. I call upon Goddess Isis to give me a message for my goddess. Those who are healing, because you never really heal. You saw that? It flung out. I said healing, because you never really heal. And the ancestors spoke, right? That's the one that fell out. Hold on, let me turn off the mirror. You see the message, right? It says, blessed protector, stand firm in your truth and create a safe space for growth and flourishing. Guard those you love with strength and compassion. Love is the greatest shield. Love is the greatest shield. Love is the greatest shield. If that resonates with you, tap the screen. If you're still listening and you're still here and you understand what the ancestors just gave you, that message, it said, blessed protector. Tap the screen. Give me a message for all of those that just tapped in and tap the screen. They are open to receive your message. You can speak. They are open to receiving your message. You can speak now. Fleeting time. Do not rush through life. Each moment is precious. Honor the past. Live fully in the present. And let the future unfold with grace. Have patience and enjoy life. You remember what I said, if you're on someone's live and, they're showing you attention and, it's a banter back and forth, but there's an audience. There is an audience when you're on social media. What I say when I see this, enjoy the moment that you're in. Do not take it serious. This is social media. Everybody is on a platform pretending to be something else. They're either coming in authentically me, or they're wearing a mask to accommodate whatever the purpose they're trying to put out. At the end of the day, you either enjoy the moment in time you're with them, or you're going to end up getting hurt because there's something going on inside of you that you're going deeper than what's being put out. I'm going to get one more because I do mines in threes. And the reason why I do it in threes is because it represents the past, the present, and the future. So I'm doing it in threes. And the card is not coming out to adjust. Okay, this is your past, this is your present, and this is what to look forward to. I just choose 3 messages from the ancestors. I choose 3 from my spirit deck. And I choose 1 from the overall message for the overall energy. And I do that because you have to adjust the message for your life. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to give you insight. And when I say insight, I'm talking third eye understanding for your life. That is not my job. That is not my task. That's not what I do on my platform. So, with that being said, let's get our third message. I was in group therapy yesterday because I'm studying to get my doctorate, right? But right now I'm in undergrad in psychology. But the overall message is there are certain things I couldn't look into myself for. I needed to look outside of me for guidance. Not for the answer, because a lot of y'all be looking for the answer outside of you. No. Guidance is another perspective outside of my own. Okay? I'm big on words. I'm very mindful on the things I say and put in this universe. I pause. When I'm angry, I pause. When I'm emotional, I pause. Because I know my mouth can be deadly, and I only use my words to uplift and bring prosperity. So I got to be careful what I say to people, especially when I speak in out words. So I was in group therapy, a woman therapy. This is called STAIR. And so in the group, you know, everyone's speaking about whatever. And everybody been through therapy. We on a different level. Like we're coming back for like a tune-up type of thing. And this was my first time in the group. All the other ladies, they knew each other. So I'm new there. And when I'm new anywhere, I observe energies and body language. And, you know, I'm reading the room. I'm an Aquarius. Come on. All right. So even though I'm laughing, kikiing with you, I'm reading your energy. I'm feeding. I'm like, you know, the vibing. Okay, I'm gonna have to stay away from you. You got a lot of hurt going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm self-evaluating my environment. And see how I'm choosing my words? Because what I was flowing with the energy, and there was something that was about to come out. And I said, ooh, do you want to say that? Do you want to put that in the universe? Especially, I'm holding my ancestral cards. The ancestors? No. Let's find another word. Let's just say doctors need doctors. Okay? I cannot self-evaluate myself to the point where I'm going to have all the answers. That would be tapping into my ego. A lot of times I will meet masculines and feminines who would say, mostly masculines though, I'm gonna be honest. And I'm like, I can hear him speak, very confrontational. I'll be like, hey, have you ever been to therapy? And they'd be like, no, I don't need therapy. I know how to heal myself. That's the ego talking. That's egotistical. That's like saying you will never ask for help because you won't help yourself. That's a ticking time bomb. Ready. So, as an individual me, going to school to get my doctorate, I know my tools for healing was not working. And I was like, I need to go back to therapy. I had to pick up a phone and schedule an appointment. I'm not going to start therapy at the same level I did 3 years ago because I've ascended. I'm not there anymore. But now I'm at a higher frequency. I'm like, oh, I need help. Because I keep reminiscing back to this. Why? There's something else going on in my life. What is it? So you understand what I'm saying? Does this make sense? Does this make sense? It's okay to admit when you need help. It's okay to admit when you need help. What's not okay is saying you need help and not doing anything about it. In order to help yourself, you have to make the cautious efforts to do what it takes to get better. I don't know. It's crazy. I can buy flowers and they could live for like 2 weeks. Baby, the energy be beautiful in here. But my plants, like certain plants, won't. I got humidifier. I got the grow light. I'm like, what? And then I changed the feng shui. Tap into the energy of my high vibrational collective. What does the ancestors want to say for the closing message? What does the ancestors speak to us? We're listening. There's nothing they want to say. So we're not going to get the third. I don't force any messages. We're not going to get the third. We're going to move to the energy of the angels. I do believe in God on my channel. So this deck is an oracle deck. Okay. For all of my energy people who, they may not be fluent in the Bible, but they do believe in the Bible. They believe in archangels. And you can believe in all. You don't have to segregate yourself to one. Because the ultimate Messiah is God. Okay? God. Man has developed this organized religion to separate us. But at the end of the day, when you remove yourself and deconstruct yourself from the term religion, organized religion, you will have direct contact with your God. I'm not saying, because a lot of people be like, your God ain't my God. It's not the term of your God or my God. It's your belief. It's what you believe. I may believe something you don't believe, which don't make me right or make you wrong. And I think that's where the separation and the difference come in, and people forget that because they forget it's bigger than you. That's when you get lost in psychosis. But I digress. And I grew up in organized religion. And when I became 18 and was able to change, I changed. And I studied other religion. And it was to a certain point that I stopped following them too. And I went to another religion. Because the ultimate answer was within. The guidance is within. Joe, John, Sarah can't talk to me about my God. Can't say, oh, well, he told you to do this. And my spirit is like, no, he didn't. Maybe that's what your God told you that you want you to do for me. Maybe act like a sounding board. But the whole purpose is all answers are within you because you are the king and queen of your life. Don't let nobody dictate your movements. Anything you want to do, you do. What happens in society is people try to control other people's behavior. Do you have control issues? Why are you worried about what somebody else is doing? You control your own actions. I'm tired of listening to women or people, especially women, because I do not speak for men. But if men watch me, you can listen to this too. As a woman, I'm not going to let another woman or another man dictate my life. So if I know I want to be married and I enter a union with somebody who says, well, let's just take it day by day. I'm not sure about the marriage right now. I'm out. Why am I staying? Why am I waiting for them to change their mind? Why? If you enter a union with someone and they are direct with what they want, then I see you staying there. If their actions does not reflect what they want, you should be going. Don't try to control somebody else's behavior. That's the problem for me with organized religion. Because yes, people read the Bible, but they're giving you their perspective because honestly, the Bible is a perspective that came off men. Even the Quran, because I was in the Nation of Islam. But that's another discussion. I digress. I don't want to lose my focus of the message. So this is my Oracle Angel deck for all of those who tap into their angels, like Archangel Mike, Michael, Megatron. Okay. So I'm naming some angels. If you believe in the angels, this deck is for you. What is the message for the collector? That was almost disrespectful. Did you just see it almost smack me in the face? Angel number 11, which is 1. 1, 1. Look what it says. Look what it says. Look at your message. Can you see it? Let me. Angel number 29, which equals 11. Stay the course. Don't panic. You're not on the wrong path. You're just having a bumpy start. Learn from your experiences and keep going. Learn from your experiences and keep going. Do you hear the message? Your life number is 11. Clock it. The message is for you. You are where you need to be right now. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Stay focused. Stay focused. That resonated with me. Stay focused. I'm on this focus journey. Sometimes I let the distractions get me, but that's just because I be bored. I know what it is at the time. I don't get emotionally involved with it, but sometimes I let the distractions get to me sometimes. I be like, because my everyday life, I'm on a schedule. Confirmation. That's when I be buying tickets to the circus and I get on this platform and I'll go on some people's lives or I'll be in the comments. Yeah, I pay. Yeah, I want to be entertained. And sometimes I entertain and be part of the show. But once I leave, I'm done. I detach, I cleanse my energy, I sage, I open a window, I play music, and it is what it is. I enjoy people where they at in the moment. I kept saying that in a women's group yesterday. I said, what happens with a lot of us, we get caught up with trying to future think with individuals, male or females. You want to be friends with this female, or you want to connect with this female because they vibe high and you love their energy. Enjoy the person where they at the moment, at the time. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. So all that, my girl Shannon always come and bless my live, and I appreciate the energy vibe. I appreciate you, Shannon. I appreciate the donations and the hearts. Thank you so much. But I tell people all the time, enjoy people where they at in the moment. If you meet somebody and you vibing good with them, it's because that's what you needed at the time. You needed to be around that person to pick up your vibration. It does not have to go as far as exchanging a number and talking and start hanging out with them. Enjoy people where they at. Enjoy people where they at. And I'm that individual. I don't take myself outside of me to be with other people, like to say, oh, that's the person I want to. I don't ask nobody for numbers. I get numerous of people that ask me for my number. And when it comes to guys, it's quick to say no. I don't have a problem. When it comes to females, because a lot of females are very emotional, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm speaking on the analytical part. A lot of females get emotional and they look at, I'm another female. Why you don't want to share numbers with me? Because I don't want to put the expectation where we become friendly, like you're going to be leaning on me. That's too much. For me, where I am in my life, because I'm on a specific path, it's going to be too much for you. It's going to be too much. So I know how to detect that, okay, let me end this conversation and keep it moving because this person is going to ask me for my number. I pay attention to my body. I pay attention to my body gives off signals. Your body do too, but you have to get familiar with your body. The only way to get familiar with your body is in silence and alone time. That's the only way. You cannot create serenity space if you have a lot of noise, because then you're not paying attention to your body. You're the type that have to get really, really sick before you find out that you were sick a week ago. Okay? We're going to end this live with a spiritual message for the overall connection. There was a connection that was made today in my live. And if you appreciate my vibration, I have developed subscriptions that is $2.99 a month. Anytime you're feeling down and you need an uplift, I have videos in my subscription, right? That's called Motivational Moon Days. But you can watch it any day because it's a high vibrational message. So you can subscribe and you can see the videos and you can cancel at any time. It makes no bother to me. But I notice people value money more than people. It is what it is. To each his own. I value my energy. I value me. If you catch my live, when you catch it, good. But if you're the type that, dang, she not on today, I'm advising you. I have a subscription that's $2.99. You can go in there and watch a video anytime you want. It's like watching me right now. Time is an illusion. The only time you need to pay attention to dates is because you're tapping into society norms, which you have to, because that's part of life. But for energy, and I'm an energy reader, time has no value. Time is unlimited. It's the space that people value. Like here on Earth, it's the space, monetary gain, okay, physical aspects. This meat suit, it's not here forever, right? So enjoy it while it is here. Okay, stop talking. Tap into the energy of the collective and give them an overall message. Tap into the energy of the collective and give them an overall message. Spirit, give me a message overall. What is the message overall? When I kept talking, there was no message. When I kept talking, it was like a distraction. When I kept talking, there was no focus. The message is when you sit down and focus on the foundation of what you really want, work towards it. Be prominent in what you're trying to achieve. Only work with the energy that is in proximity. Proximity. Stop trying to work with energy that is future-based, because then you're missing what's in front of you. Proximity. Focus. This is your spiritual message overall. Can y'all see it? Hold on. I'm going to read it. Don't lose sight of this truth. You came here to evolve and grow. It is necessary to experience the difficult time. This is when you will grow most. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. Be proud of your journey. My name is Brooklyn. The name of my page is Passion with Purpose. There are 2 pages on this app. Both pages are mine. It's just one is a personal page and this is a business page. If you enjoy my content, you appreciate my vibe, and you know that you're on your healing journey, make sure you follow me on YouTube. If you click in my bio, go to the bio and click and make sure you follow me on YouTube. My beginning of my new year, I'm still working with the energy of 2025. That's why I keep meeting the same people in a different meat suit, but I am picking up on their energy quicker than before. which means I'm learning my lesson. I'm raising my vibration. But I'm still working with the residue of the old energy, because I'm still in 2025. My new year starts March 30th, April 1st, because I think this year March has 30 days, not 31. April 1st. That is the new year. And with the new year, I will open up my books to business consultation. I've been in business for 18 years. I retired my business 5 years ago. And so now I'm pivoting to the next chapter, which is teaching others how to set the correct foundation, get out of the scarcity mindset, so you can format your business as a real business and not a side hustle. I am a recipient of the $10,000 grant. I am a recipient of the PPP loan twice. The 2 times it was available to get, I got both, okay? So I have the credentials. I have the actual receipts and everything to teach others. And if you're ready to learn and ready to find out, maybe your business path is a little cloudy and you need some clarity, my books will be opening. And if you're interested, just send me an email, because there is a questionnaire. My business is not for everybody. So there's a questionnaire you have to answer. Just be 100% honest, and that'll tell me if we can be aligned. And this light is starting to hurt my eye. I got a ring light to bring more light in the living room. But until next time, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for participating by hitting my likes. That's participating. And I appreciate your energy. I love you. And I mean that with true motherfucking intentions. You feel me? Aha!